Hello, everyone. It's Temple from The Conscious Woman. You can also find me on templesworld.org. I'm doing a YouTube video today instead of a live stream because I really wanted to get a message out there without the distractions of people getting online with me. There's been a particular message that has been on my heart to talk about, and since I've really gone, the extra step to put the conscious woman out there and doing the weekly live streams and the blogging, and I have a new ebook out, I've really been pulled and drawn to expand the conscious woman into something very tangible. Um, and because of that, because I've seen that there is the potential for great success through the conscious woman, which has been my lifelong dream, literally 20 years or more, 25 years probably, of spending year after year gathering small groups of women, doing manifesting work, doing healing work, um, little speaking engagements here and there, doing all kinds of free work and free sessions, and it just coming up. Like I literally started this kind of spiritual communication work 25 years ago on a real level, where I had people coming to me, and I was only using, my God-given talent to support people. I really had no reference on how things should work out for people. I just knew what was inside of me to be able to translate the energy that was going on in their life, and the foreseen energy that looked like where they were headed. So being a spiritual intuitive, being a sensitive energist is what my girlfriend calls me. It's a challenging position to be in because for me right now, it's causing some conflict that, well, I better have everything in my own life wrapped up pretty tight to have myself completely out there as somebody that will support people in really some of the scariest times of their life, and to put a claim that I can be of assistance to heal those things. It's putting a lot of pressure back on me that I better have my stuff together. So that's what I wanted to talk about right now, is that, you know what? If every teacher had everything together, then all the teachers would be gone. You understand? We teach as we learn. We learn as we teach. And the part of my gift to be a translator and a communicator of other people's energy, that's really where the product is that I'm offering. I'm not saying this is my life and you should have it too, because you wouldn't want my life. Believe me, I have special challenges that were built in just for me to go through, just like yours were built in just for you to go through. So I wanted to bring up some of the things that are very valuable that I feel that I can bring to the table for you, and get back to the basics in my own gifts and talents, which is communicating the energy that's between you and your loved ones that is bouncing off each other and hurting each other, and you're not actually getting the real words out that your spouse or your parent or your best friend or your coworker or whatever it is, it's not getting through in a way that it's taking the walls down, and that healing can happen and you can move on to grow in your relationship. I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. Honestly, as long as I can remember. I can remember back when I was 10 years old, even. My friends would sit on the couch and tell me their woes about their boyfriend or their parents or whatever was going on. And I honestly felt like there was something inside of me that knew how to empathize with what they were going through, even though I was so young, I didn't really know how to relate with their problems. But there was a spiritual wisdom inside of me that did empathize and did have compassion. And somehow I was able to come up with some kind of words to support the person in front of me and give them relief. And that was at 10. Okay. So now I'm 46. Now I have a lifetime of growth and opportunities to stumble and fall and study and study and study and study the human condition. Now I truly do have real empathy for a multitude of situations that you can go through in life, divorce, marriage, separation, physical pain, financial pain, family pain, parental pain, children, parenting, I've been through most of the things that we're going to face in life at this point in my life. I've at least, dipped my toe in the water of having to struggle through something. So now I'm really at my prime of having a full house of empathy to be able to share with you and on how to communicate with your loved ones in an energetic way rather than trying to force your way through by using your words and your power to push things. If you use your energy in a way that is going to balance out the communication between you and your loved one, then most of the talking gets done heart to heart. A lot of the talking, if you do it on your own, where it's just you and God, then behind the scenes in the etheric, a lot of things can be taken care of before you even have to have those tough conversations, or at least the road is smoothed out, right? So what I have to offer you is to be that mediator in the middle, that spiritual mediator that can take those tough conversations that you've been trying to have with your loved one and turn our attention onto what it is you're trying to manifest. What is the end goal? Let me help you communicate that. Why haven't you been able to produce a healing result yet, but you still clashing, still clashing, still clashing? Now, I have had countless things manifest in my life in ways that shouldn't have. They could have gone another way, they should have gone another way, but they went in my favor. And I give 100% of that credit to putting my focus on the energy and the communication with the people around me. And one of my greatest accomplishments I can say is in my former career as a retail manager, I would be in stores that were absolutely struggling. They were just a chaotic mess when I walked in. People hating on each other and fighting and lies and stealing and power struggles and customers not being served. And when I went into a store like that, my full intention was to bring a clearing, to clear out all that muck and bring healing to the situation. And I know that's a weird way to think about a job because it has to do with money and that's very like mental. You have to have a plan, you have to have an action and yeah, I did have all those things. But more than that, I had a spiritual plan. I had an energetic plan that I was going to clear the communication barriers that were happening. And the way I did that, every single week I had meetings with my staff, and every single week with my management staff, I would ask them, what is it that you're not getting? And why do you think you're not getting it? And let's talk about what your real vision is. What do you want out of it? What do you want out of this job? What do you want out of this experience? And then I would have them talk about what they're good at. Why do they value themselves as a manager? And then I'd have them talk about each other. Why do you value each other as managers? And I'm telling you, it was just the magic formula to clear up any chaos and to get a store going on the right track. And inevitably, it would just buoy up to the top in sales. I mean, I've had stores go from in the 700-800 category in the company and within 6 months being in the top 10, top 20 in the entire nation. And it's happened several times. So it's not a fluke. And it's not because I'm super smart or I'm a, amazing businesswoman. I've grown into a strong businesswoman, and I've grown into my abilities to run things. But really, it's always been about energy, and it's always been about open communication and encouraging people to focus on what they want to manifest and heal those things that are standing in the way, like taking a real look at it, because it's usually about the emotion that they're holding in the middle of the situation that is blocking the whole group from getting what they want. And it's the same thing for families. It's the same thing for couples. There's an emotion that we have when you're not getting what you want. And it could be all kinds of emotions. It could be anger. It could be resentment. It could be jealousy. It could be confusion, sadness, depression, anxiety. And then all those things could lead to other emotions or other manifestations like addiction and mental illness and physical illness and financial upheaval, and just on and on and on. So dealing with the emotions that are in the middle and looking at the energy that you're communicating with each other, and start pulling those things out and letting those heal, can bring in the power to manifest something new. And that's what I'm here for you to do. I can list countless times that I've had clients that have had something miraculous manifest during our time together. People have thought that they were going to have cancer, that they had cancer. We prayed our way out of it. She thought she was going to have it again. She came out clear. I've had couples that were freaked out about their finances, didn't know how they were going to make it through the next season, and through clearing out the communication barriers and then focusing on what needed to be manifested, huge chunk of money popped in. The list goes on and on and on of things that have manifested that I've witnessed just by being available to clear out the old and bring in the new. So I wanted to clear that up today about, why is Temple really putting herself out there as an expert? I have problems. I've had chronic pain since I was 15 years old. I've been living with chronic pain. Most people wouldn't know it to see me because I have incredibly high energy naturally, but my body has struggled since I was a kid. And that's something that I have to deal with while I'm on this planet, that it's a part of my own personal teaching and my own personal healing. And it's kept me as an advocate researcher. And it keeps me in line and confident that being sick doesn't define me, because my spirit is not sick. My gift is not in my body, what my body does. My gift comes from here, and it comes from here. And those things are unlimited. I have unlimited resource for. This body will be temporary. So in saying that, I just want to invite you to think about if I'm a match for you and your family, or for you and your loved ones. I do have a heart for family. I really have a heart for couples. I'm not an expert on marriage. I married somebody with bipolar disorder. I have been divorced. I have had chock full of challenges in relationships. So again, I'm not trying to hand you my perfect life. What I'm here to do is help you translate the life that you are meant to live, on how to keep going and to how to overcome these big challenges, these big earthly challenges that we get. I'm a great communicator for you on your behalf. I can stand by that because I've had enough evidence to show that it's real, and that real things manifest, real success manifests from business to personal. I really do care about families, and I care about women on a very deep level, because I know that the women are the natural nurturers of this planet, and we just absorb everything in the family around us because we have the heart for everybody to be happy and to enjoy their life. And we want everyone to do well. We want our kids to be happy. We want our spouse to be happy. We want ourselves to be happy. And we work really hard to make that happen. So, and that being said, I would love to be your support system. You can look at the offers that I have on my website. You can read my blogs and get to know me. You can read my ebook and get to know me. But I think you can tell if I'm the right match for you. And if I am, please go online and send me an email so we can be in contact. And I would love to be a part of your family, and I would love to be a part of your life. I'm not a life coach in that way that I'm making millions of dollars. I would love for my life to be abundant just simply by working the conscious woman, and I'm growing towards that. But my goal is to authentically help people to heal the things that are holding us all back and to be able to communicate in a way that is safe for everybody because there's so many challenges. There's so many ways for your heart to be broken that I think we all need a conscious person in the middle there to be a buffer. Does that make sense to everybody? I know that was a little long-winded, but I needed to make this message today to be able to go to the next level of my success. And I know that my riches will come through the conscious woman, but it's important for me to be authentic about it. I love you. Stay conscious. God bless.